Hello, collective. It's G here from Going to Third Tarot. How are you doing today? I'm here to bring you another collective message. I hope this message is finding you blessed and full of abundance, as always, my sweets. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to pull some oracle card or some oracle cards from the Seed and Sickle, and then we'll get into the tarot. So what's going on, Spirit? What does... Okay. I was just about to say, oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Let's get into it. Yeah, I know this is... Oh my gosh. Spirit. No to these, but... Okay. Rowan. Spirit wants me to show this Rowan card. And when I showed it, I heard the name Holly, or just the word Holly or the flower, possibly. Okay. This is beautiful energy. Okay. So we have mustard, number 29. And right away, as soon as I saw this mustard card, I really thought about the Ace of Cups. The mustard seed is also about overcoming difficulties. Climbing mountains is what I'm hearing. Blossoming. Yeah, like blossoming in the crack of a sidewalk. That's the spirit. You know, from a very harsh environment, from a very, you know, it's like the strength card energy, right? This brand new beginning and new love, especially of self. And it's like a shifting mindset between being like, well, despite my past, I still made it. But it's just like, because of my past, I still made it. Something kind of closer to that, where it's like, you know, I don't have to try to separate myself from my past self. I can kind of integrate that shadow side or that past version of myself into a newer version of myself that I'm creating. I'm definitely seeing like death card energy as well as the sun here with the hops, number 26. And the hops is about relaxing because you are creating abundance. It's giving me very 9 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is about, and then of course the birch tree here with the number 1 as well. It's about blessings and brand new beginnings, clearing out old energy to issue in the new. Also here with the birch trees, like the eyes and the birch tree bark, it's giving me a very like watched over or protected vibe as well as kind of like this with the red string here. So it's kind of feeling almost like fated, like a fated course or a fated destiny of abundance and a brand new beginning. But it's about your mindset as well. So in the past, it was about like an 8 of Swords kind of energy of your mindset feeling trapped in the past or strung up in a way of feeling like almost born into a certain lifestyle or a certain viewpoint of yourself and feeling like you had no other choice but to adapt that, or even the way that you saw the world or the way you saw the world based on what you experienced in your past and what you felt like the world was telling you you deserved, and what you felt like the world was telling you how you felt like the world was seeing you or describing you or telling you like this is who you are based on how I see you. And this is more about finding this internal guide within you and stepping into this like really sweet kind of ease and flow and destiny and allowing the brand new to come in. I'm feeling very guided and protected the whole way. Almost as if, see how like this, the birch trees are kind of like bending around like this kind of like orb here motif in the middle here. And it's almost this feeling of feeling like the universe is like bending around to create this pathway for you. Like almost it's just this very like magic, this very magical, very majestic, very kind of like wow, otherworldly, kind of ooky spooky, like wow, seeing the universe work, seeing God work in your life, however you want to say it. You know, it's that very like wow, like that sign is really hard to ignore. That coincidence is not a coincidence. That synchronicity, you know, like it's there, and that's very all in this energy too. And with the strawberry card here, number 39. Okay, so with that, I'm getting with us starting with the mustard seed at 29 and us ending with the strawberry at 39. I'm hearing like that you're issuing in a brand new like decade long or 10-year cycle in your life, that is gonna embody a lot of growth and discovery, self discovery, and discovery of a lot more beautiful things around the world for you to experience. Um, yeah, it's just this very kind of lush, very soft, very sweet experience. It's kind of almost like it's kind of like understanding that the fruit tasted sour before because it wasn't ready to like bear. You know, it wasn't ready to harvest. And understanding that life will taste much sweeter when you understand that you're not behind, you're not late, you're not anything. You're right on time as to where the universe is trying to show you like, you know, there are things that will happen in this new period of your life, this new world cycle of your life that you will be like, if I had experienced this blessing, or if I had experienced this person, or if I had experienced this at a younger age or at a different place in my life, I would not be getting out of it what I'm getting out of it. I would not be getting what I really need to get out of it. Which, you know, that's what I, I wouldn't have understood it. I wouldn't have seen its true, like how great the blessing really is, because I would, you know, it's like because of what I've experienced in the past and because of this transformational energy that I've gone through, it, you know, like it wouldn't have tasted as sweet if it hadn't have happened exactly right when it did. It's a lot of pink and red, a lot of love, friendship, relationships, very Libran Venus energy here. It's this real energy of this blossoming and this fruitfulness and this like, oh my gosh, you know, it's almost like a block is being removed from your life, and it's like years of all these wishing and manifesting and all of this come flowing into your life. Um and it's a lot, it's so much, and you're going to see this brand new beginning moment, this turning moment in your life, and things will be different, and things are going to take off from there, as you know, and it's going to feel faded, it's going to feel like it had to happen, and it's going to, in retrospect, it is going to give you this wisdom, this really deep understanding of how the flow of the universe and the intelligent design of everything that is happening. It's going to give you a deeper experience of that, because you are learning to just allow yourself just to experience that, just to experience that. um and how beautiful it is in that moment by itself, just in that moment, just in seeing it and observing it and having the willpower to really see, step back from the situation and really see it for what it is, and the majesty of it and the magical, you know, like, oh wow, that's crazy, kind of like, I can't believe it turned out this way. And it's a lot about trust here, putting your trust in your faith and in your abilities and in your skill set and in who you are as a person, who you really are, not who people projected onto you, but who you really are when you really allow yourself to just be who you really want to be, and experiencing the ups and downs of that. You know, that life is never going to be perfect, that there are going to be ups and downs, but it's just about relieving for you, I think personally, a lot of stress and worry about the future. A lot of, I'm hearing Virgo, a lot of stress and worry about the future, about planning things out. It's this kind of beautiful ease that you relax into. I was going to say ease into, but it's this beautiful ease and this beautiful flow that you kind of allow your body to relax into, because it's kind of like this, oh, you knew how to do that all along. Oh, you knew what was happening all along. You know, you just had to learn to really trust yourself and go with the flow of who you really are. And as I say that, lavender, right? Peace. It's this peace, the sense of self and the sense of mind. It's this peace of mind that comes with knowing who you are, that creates this beautiful base for you to grow everything off of. It's a new base based on, this tower falling, 6 with the poppy here, with that death energy with the skull right there in the back. It's this kind of bittersweetness. And that's number 16, and that's number 6. Again, 10-year, a 10-year period here as well. Number 44, the number 44 could be very significant to you. Okay, Bramble is here on the back of the deck. And Bramble is about being prepared. Again, with that red, with the red thread, with the red. It's this kind of, I'm getting with this Bramble, it's about understanding yourself and understanding what's really going to give you peace, and really allowing yourself, but it's really like allowing yourself to give yourself that peace, as well as allowing other people to give you that peace as well. It won't just be you, it will also be your community. It will also be your friends. It will also be your lovers, or your spouse, or however you want to put it. It will be people along the way that will get you there. You might have this energy here of feeling like you need to consolidate inside of yourself or draw inside of yourself, because you instinctively feel this kind of changing energy and this kind of turnover energy, and you're probably definitely feeling all of the retrogrades and all of the everything that we're dealing with right now. Okay, and I feel, if you're watching this as I'm uploading it, if not, then you might just be kind of feeling that energy in general. It's this huge changing energy. Huge changing energy. Yeah. But on the other side of it, 10 of Pentacles. Oh, wait, I picked up 2. It's the Tower. It's how this brand new beginning and building this brand new legacy for yourself, of how you create yourself, who the person you become, the legacy that you leave behind. That's going to be coming to the forefront of your thought process in this new cycle, right? I also feel like a lot of you have like this sudden wealth, or this sudden abundance energy. Like I said earlier, this kind of like rushing in energy here. And I don't, for some of you, yes. For like 1 or 2 of you, it might mean, well, if I say, if you might you might inherit something like some land or something, or you might, you might graduate, or you might receive some kind of skill set that really brings in a significant tick up in like your wealth and your gross, that's going to bring in a lot of other opportunities. I see kind of like dominoes falling. Like, once you get your foot in the door, this opens up, and then that opens up, and then that opens up, and then that brings that, and that brings more, abundance and more opportunities and more connections and more, all of the rest of that into your life, right? And that's going to look different for everybody. That's not going to look like winning the lottery or a sudden like crazy inheritance for everyone. For a lot of you, it's going to be this building up over time. It's going to be this slowly kind of coming in energy. But I feel like this next 10-year cycle is going to rush by. Like, you're going to look back and you'll be like, oh my God, it's been 10 years since that happened. Like, that's crazy. What? Life is going to feel like, because you're getting into this flow energy, it's just going to feel like it's just going and popping off, and just like this beautiful abundance coming in. Yeah. King of Pentacles. Seriously. Yeah, and you might really be leaving behind this kind of abandoned energy. There's the World, right? Yeah, a lot of getting into this masculine energy here, about getting really serious about setting up a legacy, setting up, also gaining wisdom, gaining a lot of wisdom, gaining a lot of experience, gaining a lot of connections, gaining a lot of, yeah, it's like building an empire. Absolutely. Okay, Eight of Wands, right? All that coming rushing in all at once, doors opening, opportunities, communication, networking, all of that coming rushing in. Yeah. Okay, a brand new beginning, Empress card, getting into that masculine energy of going forward, getting to that feminine energy of allowing and getting into the flow, listening to your feminine side of yourself that tells you when and where to act and where to really tap into that masculine side of yourself that goes, okay, it's time to act, okay, it's time to step up, okay, it's time to lead. Again, with the Ace of Wands falling under this Birch card, it's a brand new beginning, it's a brand new start here with the 0 here. Okay, birthing a brand new self, a brand new, yeah, sense of self into being. It's a lot about allowing and balancing out your energy so that the flow of your energy is really actually, there's been a lot of disruptions in flow of your energy. I feel like this is something that you've really been asking for. I feel like this is something that you've really been waiting a long time for. It's really come after a lot of this searching inside of yourself and going through this death transformation inside of yourself. um I really also feel like this future and this sense of self that you find is something that you've really been wanting for a very long time. It's something that you've been praying about, or it's something that you've been manifesting, envisioning, journaling about, all of the above, that kind of energy, really wanting. The Chariot in reverse. But there is this sense of it hasn't come forward, and Spirit doesn't want you to concentrate on what hasn't come forward. Sit back, relax, and kind of get into the flow and allow the flow to just be what it is. You're really putting a lot more undue burdens on your back than you really need to. You might have been taught this at a younger age, or you might have been really taught this by the relationships or by the connections that you've had with a lot of, even things down to like material success, to material success or career success. You might be feeling like, well, I feel this way because I'm just looking at the reality of my situation. But Spirit is wanting you to, saying that, like, that's really stopping a new energy from coming in, because you're focusing more on what things are right now instead of what they could be, and allowing that inspiration of what things could be to really take hold and ground into your life, and really have you making those really stable, small steps at a time, or big steps in some situations, towards doing this. And I feel like for a long time you have felt a very like heavy purpose in yourself and in your life and the decisions that you make. And I think Spirit is saying that it's time for you to step up and really live in that purpose in a different way than you already have been. Spirit is going to ask us to change, is going to ask us to try new things, is going to ask us to keep pushing, keep building boundaries in the right places, and keep pushing past our boundaries in other places, to discover new parts of ourselves, to discover new things about life. It won't always be, there will be times of rest, there will be times of relaxation, but it's really about you really deciding what path that you really want to take. It's just really your choice, for you are here creating your reality, creating what you are building here, creating what you are building, right? What you're building here with that, with that 7 of Pentacles. You are the creator here, is what Spirit is saying. And it's really about getting in touch deeply with your emotions, but not having a sense of kind of control over yourself and over your emotions, over your reactions. Yeah, it's all about finding this duality. I feel like this is an energy that you've been really fighting for a while. Yeah, I feel like it's something that you've been denying, that it's this feeling of constantly feeling like there's something else, so like you need to be somebody else, or you need to do something else. Yeah, and this new cycle, it's 100% beginning in your life, and that you won't have to live in that area of like want, or that space of feeling like you lack. Yeah, the sun. It's this enlightenment energy. It's this awakening energy. It's this understanding of how to really use this ace, to get this inspiration, and how to really put it into effect and really give yourself the justice that you're really looking for. Bringing that balance into your life, grounding it, Ace of Pentacles, into this reality. But it's really about your choice. There's kind of, with that Two of Pentacles, there's this kind of like choose your path, choose your way energy. Like, just, it's okay. Like, just choose something. We're gonna, like your spirit guides are saying, like, we're gonna guide you towards like the best choices. But it's gonna be but you're gonna have to decide to look for them. You're gonna have to decide to think about it. You're gonna have to decide. You're gonna have to make the decision at the end. Um, Yeah, it's really about taking that leap, taking that step forward. Yeah, being decisive and kind of cutting out this all this back and forth, maybe yes, maybe no kind of energy. I think there are some things there are some ways that you have some enemies, or I don't want to say enemies, some things that sabotage yourself, that hold you up, that hold you back, that are hidden to you, that are going to be coming up to the surface, and they're going to come up to the surface in a lot of ways that you might find like irritating, or you might find like, why do I have to go through this kind of energy? But it's all, and it's because it's going to come up in like little annoying ways, or it's going to come up in ways that are bringing parts of yourself that you've been ignoring, or that you have been resistant to change. It's going to be shining a light on those shadow parts of yourself, so that you can heal them, or so that you can recognize them, so that for a lot of you, I'm hearing this is gonna come in the form of a person, somebody that's gonna come and really shine a light on a lot of parts of yourself you didn't think people would accept, or you didn't think people would really um, be okay with. That's what I want to say. But it's like when you do, when you have this, when you go through this and you allow this to happen, it's this energy of kind of like freedom on the other side of just kind of allowing. Definitely, just allowing. Okay, yeah, and victory. You're gonna find your way through this. You know, you are gonna get that, and what you're gonna feel very seen, very understood, very accepted. Even, it's like, they're gonna shine a light on these bad parts, and then you're gonna realize like it's not really as bad as you think that it is. Or yes, somebody, you will find people that will accept those parts of yourself, all of those parts of yourself, not just the easy to love or the easy to like parts of yourself, but all of you. And I think that's going to be a new experience, but it is, you're going to have to go searching for this balance inside of yourself. And and for some of you, it's gonna actually really involve, leaving behind friends, family, actually leaving behind places of work, like career, changing careers, or changing locations, changing where you live in the world, changing a lot about yourself, just leaving behind these kind of rough waters, these things that really weighed you down in the past. And it's about your justice being out there. Yeah, but there's a lot that you're holding on to, Spirit is saying. Yeah. Again, pack light, you know? Uh, Understand that when it's time to go, it's time to go. When it's time to let go, it's time to let go. And Spirit is definitely saying it's time to let go, right? Judgment, that kind of rebirth after the death energy is here. And look what's also here, Queen of Pentacles, right? That foundation, finding that foundation inside of yourself, finding that stability that you've been needing. Yeah, but again, death, that energy is, and this death process, it takes time, it takes patience. This transformational energy here, it takes time, and it takes, again, it takes time, it takes effort and dedication to find this harmony and this balance. I think that's really what this next cycle, this next 10-year cycle about, is really going to be about for you. This is a lot of growth. This is a lot of beauty. This is a lot of experience. It's a lot that's happening pretty quickly in the scheme of your, in the scheme of however long it is that you've been, on this earth. But again, it's time. It's time for the wheel to shift. It's time for you to really step into this arena, because this is always what was meant to happen to begin with, you know. Um, and this is going to look different for all of you. For some of you, this is going to be being an example or standing out in your community, whether or not that's in a really large way, no matter if it's on, like who knows, like up to a worldwide, or just, or if you're just known in your community, if you're just known as this person, or if you're just known by your friends and by your family as this person. All of the ways that we're all asked to step up and lead, big and small, are important. Um, yeah. um, 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups and a 10 of Pentacles is really what you're headed for. That's beautiful. This is really beautiful energy. And it's really about the energy that you give out is what you give back. So keep that in mind, because your thoughts are creating your reality, excuse me. Queen of Wands. Yeah. Some of you are really, really destined to step up and be like this leader, this teacher. Um, and and like I said, it's gonna come in big and small ways, but none of it is really small. It's just a lot of people, when they get this, they're like, oh, you're going to be in the limelight, or you're going to be famous, or you're going to be, it's also just going to be, you are going to be known, that you're going to leave a mark. You are going to actualize this legacy that you were supposed to leave behind, even if it's just you overcoming a lot of what's held back people in your family in the past, and giving your children, or giving your future generations in your family a better and brighter and healthier future. Because isn't that really what it's about? Crazy. Yeah. Yeah. This is really about what you are going to be giving to the future generations. Whether or not, that's just people, like I said, again, it keeps saying whether or not that's just people in your family, in your community, on a platform or on something else, it's leaving behind something. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to end up touching a lot of people in a really, beautiful way. And it is one of those kind of, it feels like a very, like a beloved legacy that you leave behind. And that's what you're going to be creating over the next few years. Yeah. And it's going to start small. It's going to start small and it's going to grow. And then suddenly it's going to grow faster than you really ever imagined. Um, and it's when this balance of this energy comes in. Yeah. Wow. You're really protected, Citrus. Again, with the red string. Um, you're really finding your way here. You're really um, finding your way through. And then I feel like for a lot of you, that's at the very base of all of the rest of it, of the material success, of the attention, of the acceptance, the external validation, the internal validation. Behind all of it is this feeling to change what's left behind. Yeah. Bracken, number 3. You have this really ethereal connection to really, you know, very earthened spirits. It's not exactly the way that I want to say it, but it's this really deep eternal connection with, mother, however you want to say it, mother, nature, mother Gaia, plants and animals, and this place. And it's kind of like the mother, the kind of like feminine, deep empress mother energy, that is like the creator of life kind of energy. You have this deep, deep connection to it. And it's such a deep connection to source and to like the creator, creative and creator energy of the universe. It's really beautiful. And it's kind of like a new way of thinking, a new way of being. You do have a very important purpose here, and it is about leaving behind a new mindset. Excuse me. Sorry for the interruptions. Yeah, but it's this really beautiful energy here. Um, yeah, that's gorgeous. Yeah, Jasmine. Yeah, I'm being reminded. I just had a conversation about at with a coworker, about planting different like trailing vines. We were talking about different flowers, like we were talking about wisteria, and then we were talking about, I brought up jasmine. He was also talking about honeysuckle and a couple of other, and I was asking him about jasmine, and he said that he was talking about how you don't I was asking if was it easy to train, and he said, "Oh, you don't even have to train it. Like it does it itself." And that's the energy that I'm getting here. Like it's gonna do it itself. It's 10 again, 10. It's gonna work out. And you might think like 10 years might feel like a long time for some of the things that you might feel like, oh wow, 10 years, that's a long time, but I promise it's going to go by so fast. And there's so much is going to happen in this new cycle that you're going to look back and you're going to be like, how did all that happen in 10 years? How did that happen? It's so much. Your life is going to look completely different. Um, you're going to feel completely different about a lot of things because you're going to be really allowing yourself to experience life in a way that you never have before. 49, the number or the age 49. Some of you might have a Saturn return or something at the age of 49. I'm not sure about that, but that's around 49 might be some very significant to you as well. The number, um, chamomile, sorry. It's chamomile. I was just looking at it. Yeah, again, it's a much more like holistic um, way of stepping forward and embracing a much more simple and basic and natural, unprocessed life. You might really change your diet um, really rapidly, or yeah, it's this more like living in the natural rhythm of your body and of the place. But it's really about, I really feel like at some point in your life, it's really going to be about changing a location. Um, and it's going to be more about you finding that place that really matches up to your natural rhythm and seeing that as a big indication of, oh, this is where I'm supposed to live, or this is where I'm supposed to be, at least for a long period of time in your life. I feel like you're going to find a particular house or a particular location, a particular place, a city, wherever, and you're going to find that it's going to feel so like home. You might not live there forever, but I feel like it's going to really impact your kind of connection and your how grounded you feel um, to your present energy. Because I feel I'm also hearing that kind of that energy of you can't heal where you were harmed or where you were hurt. And that kind of energy, it might feel, you might feel like, oh, I've always stayed in the same place. I've grown up in the same town, or I live, close to friends or family, or close to like an older energy that might have become feeling really stagnant. That might at this point in your life or at that point in your life when this is happening is gonna really feel like stagnant. You're like, I just need to change it. I need to change it up. I need to change the energy. I need to change of location. I need to experience something different. And I feel like it's gonna come together really smoothly and just like really suddenly. And you're gonna get this big opportunity or a chance. Like, okay, now is my chance. Now I can. Now, it's like you're looking at homes or looking at places to live, and you get a work opportunity or you get something that, I don't know, is like the exact amount of a down payment on a house or something like that you would need, and you're like, yeah, I'm seeing this as a sign. I'm really seeing this as a sign. I'm really seeing this as a synchronicity. It feels right. Like every part of me is saying that it feels right. And it's this, again, relaxing into the calming nature of your life, and it's this feeling of, in the past you have felt very deregulated because you haven't really been naturally syncing up. You might have a lot of stress or anxiety or trauma, whether or not it's big or whether or not it's small, whatever the size, whatever it is that you went through in the past could be really being stored in your nervous system or really stored in your body, and how that's really affecting you in a lot of different ways, both physically, mentally, emotionally, chemically. um, and I feel like you're going to be really diving into that and really understanding yourself on a much deeper, like physical, biochemical level, is what Spirit wants to say. Clover. I still think there is always going to be a part of you that really loves where you came from before, that really loves your, um, that at some point you will find a peace in things that happened in your past, a peace in your childhood, a peace in the way things are, because you're going to feel so stable and so nurtured and so it's like it's okay, because I mean look how things are now. Can I really be mad? Is kind of the energy that I'm getting. You know, you might that might feel very triggering to you now, but in a future in a future version of yourself, I really feel like it will matter a lot less. Also, I'm not sure what order I'll release it in, but I also am today, and I haven't filmed it yet, but I'm also hearing, go check out the channeled message from your future self. If you haven't watched that yet, or if you have already watched it and you've come to this video afterwards, a lot of this might be really resonating with that. Yeah, and the number 19, which breaks down to the number 10. So 10 again, you know. Yeah, the name Clover is just like really standing out to me. I don't know. Name Clover. It could be the name of a street or a name of a. You could move somewhere and a neighbor could be named Clover, or I don't know. It could be like one of those like new houses that have like those clover yards. I was thinking about that too. Where people like plant clover instead of grass because it's more efficient, it's more adaptable. Poppy. Wisteria. I was just talking about wisteria, about how we had that. We were talking about that in that conversation. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, this transformational process is going to be something else. I think you're really going to find a lot of ways that you really surprise yourself. Like, really, really surprise yourself. I also feel like you're going to find a lot more acceptance and love for yourself as being the very unique person that you are. I feel like in the past, you maybe you felt kind of like very like black sheep or very other kind of energy, you know, very kind of standoffish, not like other people, or not like not really fully accepted. And I feel like you are going to find this really deep inner peace and this really deep connection. Oh God, I feel like I could cry. This really deep connection with your inner child and with your inner self and who you really are. And you're gonna feel so grounded in that energy. It's so gorgeous. Yeah, and again, with this elder card here, you are going to feel so protected, and you are going to feel like there will be opportunities and there will be things that will line up and be so synchronistic in your life that it will just be the way that it is. You know, like there won't be any really denying it. There won't be any, oh well, you know, oh what a crazy no. You're gonna be like, no, no, that's spirits. That's God's hand. That's you know, that's the universe speaking very loudly, very clearly to me, reaching out to me. Feverfew. It's this really, really, really deep connection that you're gonna be feeling. Incredibly deep connection. This incredibly deep um understanding with yourself and with the world, and this, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just really beautiful you know, like syncing up everything in your life, just kind of lining up and working out. Ooh, and as I'm saying that, Blackthorn. This card 40, the age 40 might be really significant to you as well. Um, Oh, and alder too. Yeah. There's this really, really deep sense of connection between you and your ancestors and your spirit guides. And I'm telling you, it's something else. It's really deep. It's really, yeah. That's all I can say is just, yeah, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I guess you know, you'll experience it. You'll know. You won't need me to explain it. You understand. Alder, number 43. Um, this is just a big like heads up and a big like, hey, we're here. We're protecting you. We're guiding you. Have faith. Have trust in us, and have faith in the beautiful reality that we're really leading you to. Because, oh gosh, I can't even. I don't even have the words to explain to you how beautiful and glorious it's gonna be. And I'm not trying to spin like a weave or, you know, lay like fairy tales or anything like that, but it's something else. Um, well, that's what I have for you guys. I really, really enjoyed doing this reading. Thank you so much for being here and letting me be a part of this energy. It's beautiful. I'm so happy for you guys finding this energy here. It's glorious. This is really big, like life purpose, finding yourself, all of that kind of energy. It's gorgeous. All right. Thank you guys so very much for being here with me today. As always, I hope this brought some love, light, and clarity to your situation. If this didn't resonate for you, I'm so sorry. Maybe check out some of my other videos. I really appreciate it either way. Okay, let me know if you really liked the content by liking it. Subscribe to the channel if you really if you dug the vibe and you want to stick around. Thank you again, and I will see you lovelies in the next one. Okay, bye.